Menendez brothers, justice denied or truth delayed? The DA's shocking reversal. Did the Menendez brothers finally get a shot at freedom, only to have it snatched away? Or is this a case of decades of deception finally catching up to them? We're diving deep into the latest twist in this infamous case, where the Los Angeles DA has withdrawn his motion to reduce their sentences, citing a mountain of lies. Los Angeles District Attorney Nathan Hochman has dramatically reversed course, withdrawing a motion that could have paved the way for the Menendez brothers' release. This isn't just a minor adjustment, it's a complete about-face that throws their future back into uncertainty. The reason? According to Hochman, the brothers have spent the last 30 years weaving a web of lies and fabricating evidence to support their claims of self-defense. This decision sends a clear message: the DA's office isn't buying what the Menendez brothers are selling. Eric and Lyle Menendez, convicted of the brutal 1989 murders of their parents, are currently serving life without parole. The possibility of resentencing offered a glimmer of hope, but Hochman's move suggests that hope may be misplaced. Hochman argues that the previous motion, initiated under former DA George Gascon, failed to adequately consider whether the brothers had truly taken responsibility for their actions. He believes they continue to perpetuate a false narrative of self-defense. This decision wasn't made lightly. Hochman claims it's based on a thorough review of trial transcripts, prison records, and videotaped testimony. He's essentially saying he's seen enough to conclude the brothers are still trying to manipulate the system. Hochman has even gone so far as to highlight 16 specific instances of what he considers unacknowledged lies. This level of detail suggests a deep dive into the case and a strong conviction in his decision. What exactly are these lies that Hochman is pointing to? They range from the core claim of self-defense to seemingly minor details about the night of the murders. Let's break down some of the key points. The foundation of their defense rested on the assertion that they acted in self-defense, fearing for their lives. Hochman argues this claim is a fabrication, unsupported by the initial evidence and contradicted by later statements. He also points to their claim that their mother poisoned the family, a dramatic accusation that adds another layer of complexity to the case. This claim, if false, further undermines their credibility. Then there's the alleged planting of alibis, a classic tactic in criminal cases. If proven, this would demonstrate a clear intent to deceive investigators and obstruct justice. The purchase of shotguns with fake IDs prior to the murders suggests premeditation, directly contradicting the self-defense argument. This detail paints a picture of calculated planning, not a spontaneous act of survival. The staging of the crime scene to resemble a gang shooting is another key piece of evidence suggesting a deliberate attempt to mislead investigators. This act, if true, reveals a calculated effort to evade responsibility. Crucially, Eric's initial confession to his therapist made no mention of self-defense. This omission raises serious questions about the veracity of their later claims. Even seemingly minor details, like the lighting in the room and whether their parents were standing or sitting, are being scrutinized. These inconsistencies, while small on their own, contribute to a larger picture of deception. Finally, the claim that their parents were planning to kill them is perhaps the most shocking and difficult to verify. Hochman argues that this claim is unsubstantiated and serves only to further their self-serving narrative. Hochman's argument against resentencing hinges on the brothers' alleged failure to admit to lying about self-defense and suborning perjury. He's essentially saying they haven't come clean about their past actions. He draws a parallel to Gavin Newsom's denial of parole to Sirhan Sirhan, the assassin of Robert F. Kennedy. Newsom cited Sirhan's lack of insight and acceptance of responsibility as key factors in his decision. Hochman is applying a similar standard to the Menendez brothers. He believes that until they acknowledge the full extent of their deception, they don't deserve a second chance. Despite the DA's decision, the Menendez brothers' fate isn't entirely sealed. Governor Newsom has ordered a 90-day risk assessment to determine the potential threat they pose to the public. This assessment will play a crucial role in determining whether clemency is appropriate. It's a comprehensive evaluation that considers their behavior in prison, their psychological state, and the potential impact of their release on the community. Newsom's involvement adds another layer of complexity to the case. He has the power to override the DA's decision and grant clemency, but he'll likely be guided by the findings of the risk assessment. The brothers are also pursuing a habeas corpus petition based on what they claim is new evidence. This legal maneuver offers another potential path to freedom, but it faces significant hurdles. Hochman has already asked the court to deny the petition, arguing that the new evidence isn't credible or admissible. He's essentially saying this is just another attempt to manipulate the system. This new evidence reportedly includes a letter from Eric and allegations from a former boy band member. The nature of these claims is unclear, but Hochman clearly doubts their validity. Unsurprisingly, family members supporting the brothers' release have criticized Hochman's decision. They argue that he's ignoring the alleged abuse the brothers suffered and their subsequent atonement. They claim the brothers have paid their debt to society and deserve a chance to rebuild their lives. They accuse Hochman of focusing solely on the crime and ignoring the mitigating circumstances. The family's argument centers on the alleged sexual abuse suffered by the brothers, a claim that has been a controversial aspect of the case from the beginning. They believe this abuse played a significant role in the murders and should be taken into account. Hochman maintains that the brothers don't meet the standards for rehabilitation due to their continued lies. He's not necessarily opposed to the idea of rehabilitation, but he believes it must be based on honesty and accountability. He suggests that if the brothers were to fully accept responsibility and come clean about their past actions, the court could then weigh new insights and consider the possibility of resentencing. The DA's office is essentially offering a conditional path to freedom. Tell the truth, and we'll reconsider. But after 30 years of alleged deception, can the brothers ever truly be believed? It's important to remember that former DA George Gascon took a very different stance on the Menendez brothers' case. He supported resentencing and recommended removing life without parole. Under Gascon's proposal, the brothers would have been immediately eligible for parole. He praised their rehabilitation efforts in prison and believed they deserved a second chance. Gascon's position highlights the significant shift in perspective under Hochman's leadership. It's a reminder that prosecutorial discretion can have a profound impact on the outcome of criminal cases. Even with the DA's withdrawal, the Menendez brothers still have other potential paths to freedom. Their request for clemency is still under consideration by Governor Newsom. Newsom's decision will likely be heavily influenced by the parole board's risk assessment. This assessment will provide a comprehensive evaluation of the brothers' potential for rehabilitation and the risk they pose to the public. Ultimately, the fate of the Menendez brothers rests in the hands of Governor Newsom. He has the power to grant clemency, deny it, or take some other action that could significantly alter the course of their lives. So, what do you think? Have the Menendez brothers been unfairly denied a chance at redemption, or are they finally facing the consequences of their decades-long deception? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth true crime analysis, and share this video with your friends. If you want to dive deeper into the Menendez case, check out the links in the description for trial transcripts, documentaries, and other resources. And if you have a true crime case you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments.